is a sports catastrophe special presentation. Hey there, Heather. It's Jeff Goddard. I would welcome you to a Season 3 Poker Players KW preview show. It's not a long time between seasons, but shocking developments have happened. This year, Season 3, we will have 2 poker houses of 10. So that means only 20 competitors instead of the standard bearing 32, I think? No, 30. So from 30 to 20. So we lost 1/3 of our people. And, sentimental reasons I'm not going to get into. But anyway, we lost 10 key people. We lost 11, but we gained 1 person. So we have a new person that has come into our thing. A new player has arrived in fighting games. I'll tell you that. So anyway, there are 2 groups of 10, the rounders and the gamblers. Now the rounders are going to play Wednesdays and the gamblers will play on Thursdays. So it's a whole new experience. The way I look at the groups is that basically there's the gamblers are basically 8 people from the 12-person gamblers are still around. Actually, one moves on to the rounders group, and 3 will not be playing. So the gambler's house is, of course, the house of mouse, if you will. I mean, when you get 11 out of 12 people in their house to get into the tournament, to get to the finals, and perform outstandingly. So, anyway, that's to be expected. Now, I will go through each player who will be in each house and give you their year-end stats and all that, but for Season 2. So just be patient. You'll see like a slideshow of the pictures, not of the actual people, but of their characters and all that while I talk about them. So hang on to the roof. All right, so we start with the rounders group, the Wednesday group. Normally, my plan was to have the famous Royal Rumble music play in the background, and then me introducing the competitors via Vince McMahon. But because that's copyrighted and I don't want to get myself into deep shit, that's not going to happen. But anyhow, here's how the rounders start off. First off in the rounders is number 1 Newfoundland, a.k.a. Dwayne, who went to the wildcard game last year and missed out by 1 spot. If he was in the top 5, he would have got into the final table. But unfortunately, he flopped. The guy who knocked him out and put him in the consolation game last year is actually in this group too. And then you got yourself I am 2D. I am 2D and I feel so sleep. Anyway, 2D actually took 10th in the seasonal tournament, in the finals. The guy that took him out is in this season, but not in the rounders. Then you got Jimmer, who was unfortunately the first competitor out in the finals. He ended up being 21st and last. He was taken out. Now, the guy who took him out is not in this year for some strange reason. But anyway, Mikey6977 is not in this competition this year. Anyway, then you got Jay Palmer. Got the guy who was the first person eliminated in the wild card game, which meant that he had to go to the consolation game. The guy who took him out is in this competition, but not with the rounders, with the gamblers. And then you got yourself Craftworks, who took 16th in the finals last year. The guy who took him out via flush was Dagos. But Dagos is not in this year. Kind of a bummer, don't you think? So anyway, you got Wings Brule, who did okay in the finals. He took 13th in the competition, but last year. But unfortunately, the guy who took him out is in this thing. Then you got Clicker, who did not do so well in the wildcard game and was taken out by Trip Twos, if memory serves me right. I should really say what they got taken out by. I mean, Crawford's got flushed out by Jacobs. All that. Well, only when things happen. And 2D was the guy that I took down to one chip. Anyway, so Clicker got taken out by Trip Twos, by the guy who is in the Gamblers group. Baden Poker, who took 12th in the finals last year, who got taken out by a pair of aces. The guy who took him out is in this thing. Then you got No Show Sales, who managed to squeak in via the wildcard game to get to the final. But unfortunately, his luck ran out. He took 18th, being taken down by the guy that I will talk about next, and that is McBitter. So McBitter moves over from the Gamblers to the Rounders, trying to make the numbers, I guess. McBitter took 3rd place in the whole tournament. So McBitter was a great player for the Gamblers. Well, he only took down 2 guys on his way to 3rd place. So, yeah. So you got the defending bronze medalist in the Rounders group. And then the Gamblers. Well, we'll find out more about that later. So, let's give you the format for how this is running. So the point system will be the same. As I read it, if I can remember this without having to cheat, it would be 24 for first, 20 for second, 16 for third, 12 for fourth, 10 for fifth, 8 for sixth, 6 for seventh, I think. Yeah. And then I think it's 5 for eighth. If I'm reading that correctly, it's 24, 20, 16, 12, 10, 8, 6, 5. That's the point system. And you get a point for each knockout, which would be good for you. So, yeah, I think it's basically top 5. If I'm guessing right, it'd be top 5 or top half of each table will get into the tournament. And all that. So, we'll see what happens. All right, so now we've got that out of the way. Next, let's talk about the Gamblers. And here is the draw. The draw sees Sun Summer actually move over to the Gamblers. Basically move over to the grade school, the OG squad, if you will. So Summer ended up taking 9th in the tournament last year, in the finals, being taken out as one of the people who got double nicked by Mikey 77. But Mikey 77 is not in this competition this year. Kind of sad, don't you think? Anyhow, next on the list is the defending champion, Mr. Tits, Mr. Rhythms himself. The guy who basically runs this stuff. And you're thinking, oh, that's nepotism. I would say, yeah. I mean, Rhythms was good last year. In the final, Rhythms took out 1, 2, 3. Rhythms, 4. Sorry. So Rhythms took out 4 guys. Or is it 3? Am I reading that wrong? 1, 2, 3. No, he only took out 3 guys in the final. But he's a shark in the water. And then you got Master of Keys. The guy who ripped everyone in the wild card. The guy who said, hey, you know what? I'm going to beat everyone down in the wild card game. He did. He had 7 of the 12 eliminations in the wild card game. And then, I don't know what the heck happened, but he flopped in the final. Well, he flopped a pair of queens to Summer's pair of kings. It would be a little awkward because Summer did take out Master Keys. Regardless, Next up is I Hate Humans. So I Hate Humans came in and he did badly in the final. He took 15th. He got taken out by 2 pair by the guy who's in this group. And then you got KMFS. You got Krista. Maybe the only girl. I think it might be another girl, but I don't know. But anyway, Krista took 17th. But Dagos got her, and Dagos is not in this tournament. And then you got yourself Mr. Hockey Dad. And of course, how good he was. Of course, you know, I know Hockey Dad very deeply. Of course, you can probably guess from season 2 that Hockey Dad is my brother. So Everett is in this tournament. He didn't do so well in the finals. He took 14th. He looked so hot when me and him were placed at the same table at the final. To start with, he looked good, but he fell to Dagos and all that. I mean, I kind of laugh at him, but he's going to get me back. I know he will. So he's in this year. And then you got DCS. Glorious. Sorry. The Bobby Roode WWE theme Glorious came into my head. But DCS. It is a Transformer. I checked online. So DCS. I wonder if it's somebody who was in season 2, but I doubt it. But anyway. The funny thing is that, you know, they say Transformers, robots in disguise. I wonder if DCS is one of those people who were not playing. Anyway, you got yourself Bryber, who actually had to go through the wildcard game last time to get to the final. And he took 2nd in the wildcard game. He took out, how many people? He only took out 2 people. But yeah, he got 2nd place in the wildcard game, which should have translated to something good. And it did. He took 7th. He was taken up by McBitter, but I mean 7th place. You got to the top 3rd, which was good. And then you got John Hawkins. The guy actually started out flat, but then he picked up speed throughout the season, and he took 4th place in the finals. He got flushed out by Dagos, but Hawkins did very well. So of course, and who's number 10? Well, the guy who's freaking doing this video. That's who. Anyway, that's me. It's JWD. Or, I should say, it's CUT. So the fact of the matter is that, you know, I'm in this, you know, I had to go to the wildcard game, I got in, let's get in my hairs with me, chin, and then in the final, I took out somebody. I actually took out Poker Pat. I guess Poker Pat is so pissed off that I took him out in the final that he's not coming back. Why? I don't know. Anyway, regardless of everything, and I took down one. I made 2D drop to 1 chip before Rhythms got him easily. So for some strange reason, I played a solid game and I took 6th. I missed out on the money by 1 spot, but you know what? I don't think anyone would have predicted me to be in the top 6. I think I was the 2nd biggest surprise. I would say Mikey77 was also a big surprise to make the final 6. But I think I was the 2nd biggest surprise of the year, getting to 6th place and all that. So hopefully I remember everything that got me through the wild card in the finals so that I can put myself through. Looking at my numbers and all that, I would probably put myself, if I were to handicap myself, I know it's kind of a dumb word, but if I were to handicap myself, I'd probably put myself 5th or 6th. I think I'm probably like 6th. That's out of 10. So I'm probably going to have to get some key results and hopefully, get into the top half. And I don't need to go into the wildcard game. And I can just relax. But I don't relax that fast. So anyway, that is the lineup for the Gamblers and the Rounders. We did lose some very good men and all that. Mustang Jody, I know we lost. We tried to get into the wild card. We lost Shank. We lost Jeep Girl. We lost Fat Cat. We lost GBKW. We lost Streeter. Our son's Streeter, huh? We lost Mikey 77. Poker Pat's not in this turn this year. Derek Jace, who took 11th last time, he's not in. And Torbay, who took 8th in the finals, is not in. That sucks. Mikey 6977, who took 5th, he's not in this year. And Jagos, the runner-up, did not even win. It kind of stumbles and breaks your heart. Like, you know, you take 2nd place and you're thinking, okay, well, this guy's going to get revenge and win next year. But he's not around. Kind of stupid, don't you think? But that's just me. So anyway, thanks for watching this preview video, and let's hope that Season 3 goes better than Season 2 for most people, especially for me. I do.